Hello everybody, welcome to June Sew Fun here at Quality Sewing and Vacuum. We have Kate and Polly. Kate is new, so we'll give a big wave out to and a welcome to Kate. Thank you for joining Sew Fun. If you are new to Sew Fun and you don't really know much about it, we actually have live shows here at all 11 of our stores, and they are super fantastic. There's prizes, there's education, there is camaraderie, but the best part is show and tell at the very end. So go on to qualitysewing.com and see all of our many locations and times so you can come and join if you're local in the area. And if you love all the products that they are talking about and showcasing today, down below you'll find a link where you can find all those products online. And we have a coupon this month. It's June Fun. Put that in the coupon area, the spot, and you can enjoy 20% off. But don't delay because it's only good until July 9th. So with that, I'm going to turn the rest of the time over to Kate and Polly, and you guys are going to have a great time. Good luck, ladies.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. Well, we've got a lot of fun things today to show you and talk about. So we're going to start with our charm square apron. I'm going to come over here and show you the apron. You can see that we used a charm pack, and the apron is very user friendly, very easy to use. You're going to love it. You're going to want to make this again and again and again. And I used some embroidery at the top of it, and I used the Brother 10 needle that we sell in the Quality Sewing. And this is a stock pattern, and look how it matches the fabric and the charm pack. So it's just the perfect addition to this apron. It's got pockets, and they're deep pockets. I mean, how many times have you wished you had deep pockets in an apron? Well, they're here, and we lined them. And the thing that's nice about this apron, you'll see I've got some extra here because I actually made this for my daughter who's a lot taller than me. But in the pattern, it tells you how to make adjustments to make it custom for how tall you are. So if you're 5'4", you do it one way, 5'5" and above another way. So it's really awesome. So this is a great apron. Some of the products that we used in the apron were the magic pins. So the magic pins are awesome because you get this set. The box flips over upside down. If you want to flip that, Polly, and show them the other side, you can see you get your 1, 2, 3 and some arrows. You get your other side has the ABC, and we used it right here. I've got an example to show you. So these are, when you make your charm apron, it tells you right in the pattern, you're going to have 4 squares left. So I use these 4 squares to demonstrate my rows. This is row A, this is row B, and I have 1 and 2. So imagine if you had a big quilt, you could use that on your big quilt, not to mix things up. So with that being said, that's our example of the magic pins. But we also have this beautiful flower cutter. And with that flower cutter, you chain piece. It goes quicker. So we've got an example here, and the thing that's nice is you use your very own old rotary blade. So you take your old blade, you're not wasting it, you don't have to worry about throwing it away. You can use this and put your rotary in there, and you flip it, just flip it around. It's good for a long time. And when you chain piece, you end up with a chain, and then you just bam, bam. There you go. Work is done. So that's really great.
That is amazing. I love how fast it cuts all those blocks up.
Thank you. And do you want to tell them about what the trim you put on your apron?
So I just used some lace that I had laying around in my sewing room when I did, because I didn't want to embroider anything on top, because I didn't know if I was going to give this as a gift or what I was going to do. So I just put a little lace, so then it was easy to go. This is a great pattern that goes very quick. It's all lined, so there's no open seams. It was wonderful to work with.
It was amazing.
Yes.
And like I said, people are trying to grab this from me, so you'll want to make it again and again.
Right.
So with that being said, now we're going to talk about this book. It's the Scrap Quilt from Crumbs and Strip book. So This is a great book that there's so much fun in there, and we made so many products from this book, and we're going to show you some of the products that we made. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Polly, and Polly can talk about what she made.
So I picked out of this quilt, the book, I made this scrappy, this is called a crumb quilt, and this quilt is literally just taking all of your scrap fabrics. It doesn't matter size, it doesn't matter anything about the scraps. It's just sorting them by colors. But then we brought in this wonderful tool. It's called a tool finder, and what it does is for the tones, it will help put your tones in colors, light, medium, and dark. And that's important when you want to get a design like this back here. So my star, and you'll notice this, my navy's here, it's a little too dark because it blends in with my black background, so you don't notice that. I should have gone with a medium, but that's what's nice with the hue finder that we brought in with that. I really enjoyed doing that. Do you have any other tips that you would like to talk about, or do you want to talk about your bag or your pillow?
Yeah, there's so many fun things in that book. I mean, you're going to love that book. So now I'm gonna switch you places,
okay,
and I'm gonna talk about the bags. So in that book is this bag, and I made it in the exact color just like the book showed. This is really nice. You got 4th of July coming up. It's our 250th, and wouldn't this be great if you put this at the table and made little gift bags for it for your holiday party? You could put little party poppers in there, gifts, whatever you want. It's just the right size. Not too big, not too little. This is all scraps. Again, sewed together, pieced together. I used this flower on this bag, and it turned out really, really nice. And then I said, well, wait a minute, I do love purple. So I had to make a purple one. You know I had to make a purple one. So it's made exactly the same way. It's got the nice round bottom. There is batting in here, and they're just really cute. Don't you think they're cute?
They're great.
They're adorable.
And with these, we also used when I did mine, we're bringing in this binding for the quilt. And this is from Splash Fabric. And this is 10 yards that doesn't have any seam at all in it. And it's Splash Fabric, but it's not treated. So it's just regular. And it is not bias binding. And if you look and flip over the back of my quilt, Kate, you can see how it matches it. And we brought that in. That's wonderful to work with. Do you want to talk about how you use the crystal ruler and you did your scraps?
I do. So if you want to hand me that crystal ruler, we'll put these beautiful bags back. So we have this ruler, and it's really nice. So I want to show you that it's non-stick, and you can feel it. And so if you want to, use it to, you put your fabric on, you put your fabric, let me grab a piece, and when you put it on, look, it doesn't move. So this is really great. You don't get the slippage. But look what else we have available for So Fun June. We have these lip rulers. This turns it into, it could be a T-square, but for now I'm going to use it right on the edge. And you can see that now I have a non-slip ruler and I've got a lip guard on it. Isn't that awesome? So now if I want to cut the fabric, I can just put that right on there, and it doesn't move at all. And when I make a cut, it just zips right by and nothing moved. I've got the perfect cut. So this is a great ruler. But if you have longer pieces, we've got the gripper. This gripper goes right on your ruler, so easy to put on. So you stick it on. I'm going to put this sideways a little bit so you can see. And then you push the handle down. And now, look at your ruler. Isn't that amazing? So I've got my lip ruler. It doesn't move. Now I've got a good firm grip. My hands are safe. Less accidents can happen. And it's so easy to use. Take it off. You just flip the handle up and take it off. And you saw how good it grips. So that was amazing.
That is a game changer. It really helps keep that ruler from moving when you're cutting all these little pieces.
It's great. We used it for everything. We'll be talking more about it in a bit. So yeah, it's a must-have. Every sewing room really needs to have that ruler. Every sewing room needs the gypsy quilter. Let me show you the box. So there you go. And again, this is, July 9th. We've got this nice sale going on. So grab this gypsy quilter.
So do you want to talk about your quilt back here that you made out of the book as well?
I do. So again, another item out of the book. So this is a variation of a quilt in the book. There was a quilt and it called for 1.5-inch strips, and you made it into a roundabout. And I had a whole tub full of scrap fat cord or jelly roll strips, and I said, So I followed the directions, made it exactly like the directions said, but look at the nice variation you get.
Great
so
colors.
It's exactly the same as the pattern in the book, with the exception I used bigger fabric, and this is really, really nice. And this was a quick quilt. The directions in this book are amazing. So another must-have.
Very easy to follow. How about your pillow behind you?
Oh my goodness. See that book? It just keeps coming. So that book is a must-have because look at this pillow. So this is directions out. And this, again, scrap. Now, who doesn't have a bunch of scraps? We all have them. So this is a great way, buy the book, and you'll get rid of all your scraps before you know it. And all your friends are going to be saying, can I have that, please? So
Right.
This is it's called a pinwheel scrap pillow. Now, again, I used the flower because I chain pieced. I used the ruler. I used all of these pieces with it. So, and I just made a envelope pillow.
Very nice.
But
Very well done.
But wait, there's more.
There is.
So here we have this quilt. This quilt is exactly as in the book. So this is followed directions. So I guess you could tell that I do love purple. So I grabbed my tub of purple fabrics, and in the book, I believe it's on page 11, you're going to learn how to make crumb squares out of all your scrap fabric. So when you have these crumb squares, when you get them to the right size, then you just use that nice ruler with the gripper handle and you cut them into the right size. I did have to add some background fabric. So I picked a nice white because I thought it would really show off the purple. And then guess what else I used? You got it.
Flower
Magic pins. I had to because I laid that out on my design wall, and you want to make sure that you have it in the right place when you take it to your sewing table. So that was a lot of fun, and as an added bonus, and all the quality stores have it, is pre-made binding. So this, I usually make my own binding, but they brought in a whole line of binding, and I thought, I'm going to use that. But look how nice it matches. They've got several colors, and yeah, go to Quality and get it, because there it is. So that's what's in that book. So that was pretty amazing how many, and you know what? I didn't even go through half the book and make stuff. So just think of all the wonderful things you can make.
Right?
Yeah.
There were a lot.
It was fun.
It was. And the directions are very easy.
Yes.
And once you sort your fabric, it's kind of nice, and you use the value color tool. You sort them and you just put them in little baggies, so then you have the work all done. So then you can make a wall hanging, you can make a quilt, you can make a pillow, you can do all these different things. So much fun with the book. I had fun with the book.
I did too. It's a great book. It's a must-have because it's a scrap buster.
Yes,
And that's
absolutely.
what it is. So if you haven't done crumb scrap quilting, you need to do it.
This is your time. Okay.
Okay.
So next we're going to the bench pillow.
Yeah, you want to talk about the bench
Sure.
pillow, Polly?
So we brought in for our embroidery the bench pillow, and this is all sewing related. So what we did here is we brought in, and Kate made it, and she framed hers. She took her blocks, sewed them together and framed them. Well, then I was playing around, and so I have some samples here of different pieces of it, so you can see just how they are done. And you can make a bench pillow, you can put it in a frame, but they stitch up so nice and they work wonderful. I know that Kate was saying that when she was doing hers, she used glue to attach her fabric to the base block, and we brought in the glue stick for that as well. I used Heat and Bond Light, so it's all personal preference, but with that I also used the rainbow 80 weight thread that we brought in for that, and that is right here. Thank you very much, Kate. And this was so much fun to work with. I used this on several of my projects, but the 80 weight thread I used for my embroidery, but it's important to also use it in your bobbin when you're doing it. And I wouldn't waste your good color thread. I would use white or black in your bobbin to do your embroidery.
Yeah, that's what I used, was the white.
On my bobbin. So I'm saving my good colors for that.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything to add to that?
I do. We're going to talk about these back quarters when we get to the bella coat, but I also use these in my stitch files. So this is our Tula Pink collection, and we used that in a lot of the projects, and that was used in a lot of my wall hanging because it's just so beautiful. We used it in the bella coat. We'll talk more about that and bring it out again and show you, but that's what I used on my wall hanging.
Very nice.
Yay.
How about, let's talk about your vest that's behind you.
Oh, the vest. This is our other book. Let's show them, throw that so they can see it. So this is an amazing vest. You gotta love it, right? So I'm gonna bring it forward so that you can see it. And when you turn this around, guess what? It's got applique on the back. So this was really amazing for the quilt. I used Heat and Bond. So there's the and the adhesive. So the thing about this, very easy. It's got the D sleeve, side, but it's, I'm gonna bring it up so you can see it. It's totally reversible. So when you reverse it,
Let me walk over here.
you see the back of it, and now the front of it has got the D sleeves, and then here's the front of it. Look at that. So this is very easy. The pattern in the book, you get one pattern, and you either put sleeves in it or you don't. You can lengthen it, you can shorten it. All the markings are there. Very, very user-friendly instructions, and you can make any coat in that book with the one pattern with the alterations that they clearly mark out for you to use. So this I made for my daughter-in-law. She's looking forward to the day that she can wear it, because I said, nope, you can't have it yet. So there it is. And the thing that anytime you make jackets and vests and things like that, I always make a muslin one first and then have the person try it on and tailor it to them. This is really easy to do this with. No problem with this.
Very nice. Very well done. So with that, we are going to go on to All Things Tote.
Yeah, Polly, you want to show them the bags and tell them all about that and what you used?
Let me slide through here. So this is my bag that I made here. I made it out of canvas. On the outside, strawberry. Then on the inside is our splash fabric that I used for this. And once this pattern, all you do is quilt it all first, and then you go in and cut it. So I used our based spray, and with the canvas, the splash fabric, this worked wonderful, because you know how the splash fabric is so slippery to work with. That kept it from moving around. I was able to go in and embroider. And then what I did is I took a couple strawberries off of my canvas here and cut them out and sewed them on here and did my embroidery all over. And you can see it, one side doesn't have any of the applique and one side does. Very simple bag, has pockets in it. We also brought in the base stabilizer, so the bottom, and you can show that with your bag there, Kate.
All right.
And I'll get out of the way here.
So this is our base stabilizer that we used, and it's a 7 3/4 by 14 3/4. It fits the pattern, All Things Tote, for both the medium and the large bag. The small bag, it doesn't recommend. So I made a medium and a small. So we'll show you how that works. This is the small one, and I used the sunrise webbing. Inside, I have the splash fabric. This is going to be my go-to the lacy market with, and I can buy whatever I want, and I wipe it out if it gets dirty. I put the pockets on the inside. I modified it, and you can see the pocket on the inside, and I used the webbing as well. And I did that because I'm going to put my phone in there, my wallet in there, and I did not want the pocket on the outside of the bag. So for this one, I have a removable, and I just put cardboard in this because this is the small bag and the base doesn't fit in this one. So I'm going to show you the other bag that has the base in it. So this is the other bag, and this I used a dark blue webbing that made it really nice on the handles. I used the gray splash, and on the inside of it I made a base. And the base, see if something happens, take it out, and then you can just put it right back in after you clean it. So really nice and really easy. It drops right back into the bag. Here we have pockets. They're lined pockets, and they're on the outside of the bag. But you can see it just looks so nice, and it's going to get a lot of use. And I did on this one, I had this and I just added a little thing for keys or something. So this is the All Thing Tote.
And you know what else is nice?
Amazing.
You know what else is nice with it, Kate?
What's that?
Is that there's no open seams with it.
That is correct.
It's nice, it's completely finished. So that is our All Things Tote bag. And now we're going to go to our grand finale, which is our Bella coat. And so with that, I'm going to slide over here. I'm going to move this out of the way here. And we're going to slide over this way. This is my Bella coat that I did. I did this all with Tula. I used the fat quarter bundle that we brought in, and I used all of the fat quarters in it except 2 of them. But this is all paper piecing all through here. Then this is just an applique that I did on here. And then if I just turn it around here, you'll see again, it's just paper piecing, but it's the fat quarter bundle again that we're bringing in for So Fun, and paper pieced, and then just cut out the applique, and that's it.
You want to show them the array of colors you use?
So this is the fat quarter bundle that we're bringing in with it, and I used all of these. I used every one except the bottom one and the top one. I used all of them. And then along with that, we brought in, I'm going to swap you out here, Kate.
Nice.
We brought in the 80 weight thread that we were talking about earlier. This is great for embroidery. So on the front here, all my embroidery is done with the 80 weight thread. We did this with the bamboo. We brought in bamboo batting, and it is amazing to work with. And it really helps, using the bamboo batting, helps with the coat drape. Quilted it with the 80 weight because I didn't want the thread to really pop out and pull away from all my paper piecing. So that worked out fabulous with it. Do you want to talk about, Kate did the sleeves on her jacket.
Yeah. I want to show them the pattern, and then I'll show them the quilt. So let's move this. So this is the Bella pattern, and you can see that there's two styles on it. So one of them has a yoke and one of them doesn't. So this is a great pattern. It says right on it that it's for, you know, the advanced beginner or, you know, more. And I didn't find it all that challenging. I found it very easy. The directions are amazing. You get a coupon to get a video of how it works, and the video is well done. And the thing that's nice, that when you make the coat, this is what Polly put in. She did the embellishments on her coat
For the
and
arcs.
for her, so that was, and you can see that's her embellishment. This also has the coupon where you can go and get the video. So what a great thing to add to it. So you get the pattern and then you can buy the embellishment too. But if you don't want the embellishment on the back, wait, there's more. You can put it on the sleeves. And that's what I did with my coat. I put the embellishment on the sleeves. So with that being said, guess what? You get the $5 off and the free video for learning how to do that too. So this is really nice. We used, the back of these tells you everything that you need on all the patterns. I don't need to show you all three because they all tell you exactly what you need. And we used so many things in this. There's paper piecing, so we had to use the add a quarter ruler, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you in just a minute. But we used that. We used a glue stick. Now we've used this in several of the items we showed you. And then we used, this is amazing. If you don't have this in your sewing room, you need to have it, because not only will you use it for everything we've showed you here, you're going to use it for everything you sew. So this is the seam roller, and would you hand me those stitchy sticks, please?
Do you want the,
No, that package
this
right
one
there. This is a must-have. We used this. They're called stitchy sticks. How can you have a sewing room without stitchy sticks? These things are amazing. So the back tells you why they're amazing. So you get the stiletto, you get the blunt ball tip. This is what I used on my Bella jacket to get all the corners to come out. You also get the tapered finger and the little spatula. Amazing. You want to iron something small, hold it down with that instead of your finger. Guess what? You don't burn yourself. It's just amazing. They have the turning tube, and we're going to show you that as well. But this is really nice, and we used it a lot on the Bella coat, but we actually used it on a lot of things, and we don't want to show it to you every single time. So there we go. So now I'm going to come over here and show you my coat.
all right.
And we have the bamboo batting. If you haven't used bamboo batting when you are making clothes, then you're really missing the boat, because it's great. So this is for my daughter-in-law. She picked the fabric. This I got at Quality. It is a grunge with lavender and the purple. It's quilted with the stars and the moon off of the Baby Lock Gallant long arm machine, and it's got bamboo batting. And then I paper pieced these sleeves. And I used the same charm pack right here, or the fat quarter pack. And you can see that I used all the polka dot ones in mine. And then the stripes and the other ones I used in my wall hanging that we showed you. So this was a lot of fun to make. I used a zipper, a sport zipper. And so it zips from the top and it zips from the bottom. And so it's fully lined. And all of our jackets are fully lined. It's got the zipper guard, and it's really to be so easy. You wouldn't expect it to be so fancy pants, but it is. So you're going to love this. You can make it for a gift. You got time now to get this in time for Christmas. So you could make this for somebody, and you've got plenty of time. And it's just really nice. It's really nice, and you're going to enjoy it. Both these jackets were just a joy to make. Anything else you have?
I think that's it. I think that we are ready to go to, switch way.
Demonstration?
Yes.
How many people think paper piecing might be a challenge? I'm going to show you right now. It is no challenge at all. And I'll bet by the end of the day you will be paper piecing something because you want to try it. So I'm going to come over to the sewing machine and I'm going to show you how that works. All right, now we're at the machine and I'm going to show you just exactly how easy paper piecing is. And once you do it, you're going to not want to stop doing it. So for the Bella coat, I used this paper piecing template. It comes with the pattern. It tells you to print it. And when you print, make sure you check the size. They give you a little 1-inch square to size it to make sure it's the right size. So with that, I want to show you that I've already started it. And what I did was I took this little glue stick. So the first thing that you do is you glue your piece of fabric down with the glue stick. And you see that I've glued it with the good side up. That's what you do. So one of the mistakes people make, they'll do it upside down, and if you do that, it's okay. Just take it off and redo it. So there you go. And I did the first one. You can see that I put the fabric on and you sew it on the printed side. That's where your lines are, so that when you turn it over, it's going to look like this, where it's on there, and then I use the add a quarter ruler to trim it. So how would you like to see how all that works? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Nice. All right. So what you do is you want to get a piece of fabric, and I've got a piece of fabric. The pattern is wonderful because it tells you the size to cut your pieces for your paper piecing. You don't have to guess. But you want to either hold it up to the light, and there's even a light on your sewing machine. Your paper goes good side to the back of the paper. So good side to the back of the paper. And that's what you do. You want to make sure that you can kind of see your line right here, and you want to make sure that your fabric is going to cover it. And we worry about the bottom later. We don't trim it till the end. So don't ever trim your bottoms and sides until you're completely done with the piece. So now you see it's on there, and you can take your glue stick or you can use your spray bond. It's a personal preference, and I'm going to glue this right on here. I just put a little piece of glue on, and I'm going to put it right on here. And then before you sew, you want to hold it up to the light, and you see we're going to sew line 3 right here. So you want to make sure that fabric is beyond that line, and at least a 1/4 inch. I have more than that, and that's fine because we're just going to trim it off. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to get it onto the machine and get that sewed. So here we are, and I have a different foot on so I can see. You see that I put the end foot on because I could see where my needle's gonna go. So switch to a foot where you can actually see what's going on. So with that being said, you can see that this was 1 right here, and then over here we have line 2. So I'm gonna line that up. I'm going to line that up and put on my 2 line. And it's going to be like this, so that when I fold the paper back, it's going to be on there. I think I'm doing this backward. So let me get this on here right. And then you want to sew right here. So the reason I have this other foot on is so that I could see it very well.
You want to talk about the stitch length as well when we're paper piecing?
Yeah, you want to have it at a smaller stitch length, and you want to back stitch because that's going to make the paper come off easier. So now you have that, and then when you do the 1/4 ruler, oh my goodness sakes, So I have this piece of plastic, and we have plastic here that you can cut for pattern piecing, and then I come over here, and you don't really have to leave your machine, but you come over here and you take your paper, and then you're gonna run it up. You see how this gives you a crisp. You can use a card, you could use, the flyers you get from Quality in the mail, you can use those. Anything that's kind of heavy, you can use. I just happen to have this laying around and used it. So then you can go, and that gives you your edge, and you take your add a quarter. And you can see that it's got the extra 1/4 inch right there. So when you take it on there and you cut that off, and that takes that off. Whoopsies. And then when you flip it, ta-da, you're getting exact seams. So.
And then if you use your roller,
Yeah.
then
So now I've
you don't
got
even
this.
have to get up. You don't even have to get up from your sewing machine. You can stay right there, and you can press it right with the.
It gives it a nice crisp press, and it holds it there so that you don't have to grab your iron with every little piece that you put on. So with that being said, when it's done and you give it a press, then Polly can show you how the clapper works, because that works with the iron. So that's paper piecing, and what you do is you always just check. You hold it up to the light. Some people like to hold it to the window, or I use the light on my sewing machine, because when you kind of get in the zone when you're paper piecing, because you're just sewing on the line. So the thing to remember, your takeaway here, is put your fabric on. What looks wrong, but it's right. You want to put it on facing the back of the paper, and then when you use your add a quarter, you use your roller, seam roller, and then you move on to the next one, and you put your next paper on, and then you look through the paper and see where your lines are. So paper piecing made easy. And Polly, do
And
you
I
want
want to just also add that on these add a quarter rulers, they come in the 6-inch, but they also come in a large size. So this works great when you're getting into the bigger projects. So you can have your small for the smaller, but you have the big for the bigger projects, and that works great as well. So I just wanted to talk about that.
it comes in the 2-pack.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'm going to flip this board over for when Polly's ready. And Polly, if you wouldn't mind, take it away and talk about that awesome hot pink Laura Star iron, and then you can show them how the clapper works as well.
So look at this Laura Star that we have here. So this Laura Star is great. First of all, she's beautiful.
She is. She's gorgeous.
So Laura Star has so many different advantages. This is down here is your heating pot. Here we put in our water.
Tap water.
What?
Tap water.
No.
Yeah. You don't have to buy fancy water for this.
And do you know why? Look. It has a filter. So it filters the water. So then we have this amazing micro steam that comes out. It's great. And so I'm going to step over here because I'm going to talk about how when you're paper piecing and how we use it for paper piecing. So the first thing we do, anybody that's done paper piecing, you know that you want to get your seams pressed nice and flat. This Laura Star was a game changer for that. And so when I bring it over here, with the Laura Star, you can take it and go back and forth because you know what? It's not going to stretch your fabric. Look at that. It's amazing. Doesn't stretch anything here. I put this on my paper piecing. Then I pick it up and I instantly bring my wood clapper. I set my wood clapper on because that is going to absorb any moisture that the iron may have left behind, and it's going to pull the heat out of the fabric. And when you're doing multiple at a time, all you have to do then is flip this over go back, hold it on the next seam, flip it, and look at that. It's amazing. But then if you'll look here, I have a nice flat seam. That Laura Star does amazing things.
Oh, it was amazing when I made the paper piecing for the jacket sleeves. It was just amazing.
Right.
And it was the crispest paper piecing I've ever done. As a matter of fact, before I got it, I did my mock-up of the muslin jacket to fit it for my daughter-in-law, and I ironed it, and it still looked wrinkled. And then Quality called. They said, "Hey, your Laura Star's in," and I ran right over there and picked it up, and I got it home, and I said, "Let's go ahead and iron this again." And it was just it would look like it professionally cleaners that picked it up. It was amazing, and I mean, it was muslin fabric,
Right.
so it was just amazing. It made it so easy for me to tailor that jacket for my daughter-in-law. There was no wrinkles, no anything.
Let me show you how to do that. We have a little demo here to show where we have just a little piece of fabric here it's wrinkled up, and all that I'm doing is just putting some steam on it, and I can take this back and forth because the steam is a micro steam, and it just takes and it just presses those wrinkles out. And also, if you're using it on your clothes by pressing it, it's going to, I'm going to give this to you, Kate. And if you look now, look at this fabric. It's just pressed out. It's nice. It's good to go. And with that, if you can carry you can pick up the Laura Star, you can take it right to your closet. If you need to press your fabrics on your clothing, because the Laura Star, it takes all the little, what are the little bugs?
It's bacteria.
The bacteria.
So it's a sanitizer. You got your home dry cleaner right here.
Right?
You don't have to go to the dry cleaner anymore. Because look at this. I mean, look at the steam you get.
Right?
It's amazing. So when we travel around, we like to freshen up all of our products. And guess what we use to freshen our products with? You got it. Laura Star hot pink iron. Is there any other color? I mean, well, there is, but the hot pink's the prettiest in my book. So do you want to show them how we steam the quilt?
Sure. So look at, you just take this, it has this long hose. This is our steam hose here. It's got this long hose, turn it around, and we're just going to hold it up and put the seam. And look how the seam just takes that right out. It doesn't do any harm to your fabric, nothing. It works wonders.
So it's great, and then you could go to any Quality, they all have them, and then play with it. Tell them you want to play with the Laura Star and learn how it works. Well, of course, the pink one, but the black one's nice too.
It's okay, but the pink's best.
So go to the store and take a look at it. That's really great, and the tap water's game changer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, this kind of wraps us up. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, let's invite Andrea back.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome back.
Oh my goodness, ladies. I have so many things that I want to buy now, and I already have this at home myself, which is so great. Thank you for joining us, everyone, today. Just in case you want to get any of these products that they talked about, go online, follow the link down below. It'll send you right to the products that they talked about. Don't forget the coupon code, which is June Fun, and those are only available online till July 9th, so don't wait. You'll want to get your stuff today. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next month.